Welcome to XRP Insider. We provide the latest news of XRP Ripples. To stay updated with exciting news, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. To know more, please watch till the end. We'll study 2 vintage Gary Gensler videos in this video. Before Gary Gensler joined the SEC, he didn't think cryptocurrencies were securities and didn't think the market was clear. Therefore, it's evident that his views on cryptocurrencies evolved. After watching both of these clips, you'll have a better understanding of what's really happening at the SEC, as Gary Gensler's true opinions on cryptocurrency and regulation will be revealed. Since what Gary is doing now is in stark contrast to what he was saying a few years ago, we'll discuss why he's doing it at the end of the video. If you're new or a regular visitor, please like and subscribe. It really helps me and my channel. Please enable bell alerts so you don't miss new videos like this one. I'm eager to show you these Gary Gensler clips because I think you'll be surprised. Gary Gensler sounds optimistic about cryptocurrencies in both videos, but he doesn't feel they're securities. Gary Gensler, as he is now known, feels the markets are clear and all cryptocurrencies are securities. These movies will show how Gary Gensler's perspective has altered since joining the SEC. Gary Gensler may merely desire the right to regulate this industry since he works at the SEC, rather than believing cryptocurrencies are securities. These films are impressive and show that Gary Gensler may be bullish about cryptocurrency. Surprisingly, he may not even consider cryptocurrency securities. This opening interview is important. Here's Gensler's 2018 Bloomberg interview. Few people have commented. The interview is shocking. Notified. Gary Cohn, Sheila Bares, and Blythe Masters discussed blockchain last week at LME Week. How does that affect its validity? I believe Bitcoin's blockchain technology can alter the financial industry. It transfers data. It applies code across a decentralized network. I think that's why my MIT blockchain class is so popular. Sheila and Gary Cohn. This technology intrigues many. What's the solution? If we believe the cryptosphere will play a role in the future, it must fit within public policy constraints, which means we must avoid criminal behavior. To protect investors, prominent cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase should fall under CFTC or SEC regulation. I chaired an investor-focused group. 2 differences. Cryptocurrency and blockchain are 2. Despite being utilized by cryptocurrency, blockchain has other uses. Blockchain regulation if you don't utilize cryptocurrencies? Because software isn't regulated. We don't oversee JavaScript. I agree with David. Tech neutrality encourages creativity. I agree that blockchain technology should not be controlled, but investors in cryptocurrencies should be protected. What does it mean to avoid fraud and manipulation in Bitcoin simultaneously? This seems to be moving swiftly and is highly advanced to non-techies. Do we have enough federal employees who can understand this to recognize if fraud is happening? It's tough. True, when the internet initially debuted in the 1990s. We shouldn't give up protecting investors, though. Market confidence lets more individuals participate. How likely are cryptocurrency futures and options? Bitcoin futures exist on the CME. There are overseas Ether markets and futures. You're wondering if that'll ever happen. It will be here in 6 to 18 months, pardon the pun. How will that affect regulation? What is the feedback loop for that? I assume there will be larger possible acceptance if international authorities can instill enough trust that program watchers can say, okay, I'm comfortable, I can do this, and large asset managers can invest. David, technology, including blockchain, must be central. It's mostly hype right now. Most uses are small. I think the technology won't scale for 3 to 10 years. 25,000 transactions per second versus 7 to 10 for Bitcoin. Scalability issues remain, but I'm optimistic they'll be resolved. If we implement the regulation, we'll be like 1933, you say. Who should regulate? In what way? Why not the SEC or a new regulating organization instead of the CFTC? Regulated and tech neutral. CFTC or SEC, I'm neutral. Pure currency, like Bitcoin, needs more protection than maize, wheat, or oil markets. CFTC is competent. Boom, done. Gary Gensler says the CFTC should control cryptocurrencies like XRP and Bitcoin. He also said the CFTC is well equipped to handle these assets. Gary Gensler has never mentioned cryptocurrencies since joining the SEC. He knows if he does, he'll lose control of the cryptocurrency market because people would argue XRP is not a security. Dear Gary Gensler doesn't care if the SEC or CFTC has power over cryptocurrencies. He wouldn't be acting this way if he intended to control the market. Gary Gensler works at SEC. He's using many arguments to control the market. Gary Gensler would work hard to assert jurisdiction over these commodities or cryptocurrency. I can guarantee you'd still be at the CFTC now. He wants to regulate them and create a new asset class. Only if cryptocurrencies are categorized as securities, he says, can we know his genuine objectives and if he wants the Bitcoin business to develop. This interview suggests he does and sees its potential. This is a stark contrast to his current thoughts. In this interview, he sounds reasonable. In another interview, he believes that the market lacks clear regulatory direction. This clip's funniest part is Brad Garlinghouse's reaction. This contradicts everything Gary Gensler says, and the tape above is ridiculous. What happens to the criminals who issued the tokens, and how do the token holders seek compensation? As you witnessed last summer with the DAO, the SEC issued an order but didn't charge a civil money penalty. Global regulators will sort this out. Only writing an order changed their behavior. If you can comply with SEC requirements, give me a month count, but I'm not sure. They will wait a certain number of months or years to comply, then look forward. Compliance requires tough disclosure. Compliant sales are possible. 2-year-old sales methods can't be changed. Changing the sales format in the future may help with beneficial ownership compliance. It's tough. Insider trading and anti-fraud laws control compliance. So, let's look ahead, and there are 1,000 plus horses racing out on the field that got out of the barn. We've got to get them into compliance, even for Ripple and Ether, or maybe it's iOS or Neo or whatever, but for the large market cap ones. Clearly, the market must be clear. That's different from what Gary Gensler's been saying, no? Gary Gensler knows the market needs clarification, but his assertion that cryptocurrencies are not securities and he wants to dominate it is false. Gary Gensler doesn't care if cryptocurrencies are securities or commodities, he wants to control the market. It's unfair that some cryptocurrencies are regulated as commodities and others as securities. And I understand. I believe we can draw from these films that Gary Gensler is trying to gain power at this moment and is aware that there is no certainty in this market and cryptocurrencies are probably not securities. Without clarity, he can try to influence the market by saying things like, "It's evident I'm in charge here." Thanks for the update. If you liked it, subscribe. For now, it's quite